Time for us to bring it back to the kitchen. Some magic as always. One of my favorite chefs, the Lazy Makoti, is in the house, bringing all the festive cheer in the form of a classic South African traditional recipe. You honestly cannot go into any household during the festive season, during the December season, and not experience this. And I promise you now, she's going to inspire you to take it to a whole new level. For Mokgao Seshweni, aka the Lazy Makoti, the holidays would just not be the same without a family tradition of enjoying just-made scones served with homemade ginger beer. Oh yes, oh yes. And luckily for us, she is in the studio to share this fantastic recipe. I'm so excited at the sound of khemer. Welcome.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this is how festive season starts.
Yes.
That's how you know that Christmas is around the corner.
Yes.
When someone whips up these.
You can almost smell all these ingredients coming to life when you wake up, and we're all visiting our grands during the festive season, and everyone is excited, running around up and down. All
of that.
Hey, so how do you bring it to life?
So I'm very excited to share this recipe because it's so easy. Like, anyone can make it, even you.
Okay.
Even you.
When you say even me, you are dragging me.
No, I mean, it's that easy. It's that easy.
Even me. Listen, if a recipe is Tabiso proof, then you know that that's a really easy recipe. So let's get going.
Okay, so we're going to start with our ginger beer, our kgemere.
Yeah.
And in here is just some water that I'm boiling.
Okay.
And then I'm going to dissolve my sugar in there.
Okay. It doesn't look like you've got a lot of water in there. Is the idea to keep it a nice sort of balance, equal measure of sugar and water, or what's the idea there?
So you can double, triple this recipe according to however many people you're making.
Cool.
I'm just making for you and me today.
Oh, the Lazy Makoti.
So I'm dissolving my sugar.
Yep.
And then once your sugar is nice and dissolved, I'm going to add my ginger powder, which is what obviously gives the flavor.
Yeah.
And then once that's mixed in, we're going to turn it off. And then allow this to cool before we add the rest of our ingredients.
Great. Okay, cool. Typically, and this is from my experience, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, typically the amount of khemer made is those huge 25-liter buckets. I mean, it's insane. It's
really
enough
is.
to feed the entire street. So you're more than welcome while you try out this recipe, because you will find it on taste.co.za. You're more than welcome to make enough for your entire neighborhood. Okay, your entire, all 3 blocks of your neighborhood.
That and for them to take home, because you know everybody is going to want to take home.
That's the thing. You bring those 2-liter bottles with you, and then you've got enough to take home as well. So now we're making the scones.
Now we're making the scones. In here's my dry ingredients, some sugar, some baking powder, and of course some flour. So the idea is you mix together your dry ingredients and then your wet ingredients. That's your egg, your milk.
I love it. You're making me so happy. There's so much feel good that translates in even just the process of getting this recipe together. Like I said, this one as well, the scones, we've loaded that onto taste.co.za. And the Lazy Makoti is making it really simple for all of us to get involved with this really festive creation.
And now all I'm doing is rubbing in my butter.
Yeah.
So that's how I mix it.
Okay.
I mix it in by just rubbing it in.
And then you massage it clearly as well.
Yes, get that in there.
The dough, some
Get
love.
in there, yeah. And around this time, you'd obviously be wearing your kiba, and you look so busy, and everyone's like, you're the perfect Makoti.
And then you're hearing, in the background.
Are we from the same family?
We might easily be. I think all families have the same tradition. And maybe if it's not your tradition, it's time to join the South African sort of tradition and be a part of the festive energy that comes through with this. This is really nice. This is really nice how you make this. I like that the sort of massaging and rubbing it in mixes it all together so nicely, and it leaves you with a nice fine sort of texture.
And you get all of that on your hands, and you look so busy, and nobody bothers you for anything else.
That's it. Even if you want some me time, this is it. Okay, so then what happens?
So now our dry ingredients are mixed together, and we've added in our butter.
Yeah.
In goes our wet ingredients.
Yeah, which is egg.
Which is the egg, the milk, and the vanilla essence.
Lovely.
And you just mix that together.
Yeah.
And then you flour, lightly dust some flour on your surface, and then this will go there. And then you, with your cookie cutter, if you don't have one of these, you can very easily use a glass, cut out your dikuku.
Yeah,
the scones.
dikuku, yeah.
Yes. So cut out your scones, and those will bake for only 12 to 15 minutes. That's how quick and easy they are.
This recipe reminds me of every single traditional wedding I've ever been to.
Yes.
All of this, I mean, the mess you get to create in the kitchen, you almost can hear the soundtrack playing in the background. And it feels like Christmas or the festive season is like another wedding. It's like,
right, I can hear.
Anyway.
I can hear Brenda Fassie in my ears.
You hear Brenda Fassie, you hear the Christmas carols, you hear all of these fantastic festive songs, some of them which Hill Song's going to be bringing to life on our stage a bit later on. But talking about holiday treats, we are creating a very happy little moment for one of our lucky viewers who has won a 500 Rand Woolies voucher. Congratulations to Veronica Henge or Henge, and we hope that you enjoy the street and the shopping. And if you want to stand a chance to win a 500 Rand Woolies voucher too, then go on to our competition post. We've loaded that onto our Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages. Tell us what are your family favorite holiday treats. Every family has one. Don't forget to include that hashtag Woolies Christmas, and the competition will close at 9 o'clock today. And those T's and C's, you can find them on expressoshow.com. Thank you so much for the recipes.
Just for you.
Thank you. Where's yours? Where's yours? Where's yours?
And then I'm going to grab
You're gonna grab a
for
scone.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's have that.
Definitely not a Lazy Makoti, but the Lazy Makoti. The recipe is on taste.co.za. Happy eating.
The season to give. This Christmas, it's all about appreciating those happy little moments.